Yeah.
Say it again.
Yeah.
UnderRateEd, mate.
Young, black, and gifted. We do it for the culture. Every podcast we help bring our people closer.
This is the Young, Black, and Gifted podcast, and I am your host, UnderRateEd. And today I'm here back again with another special guest, man. This guy, somebody that I go back with. We go back to about elementary school.
Yes,
And here we are. We sit as grown men, and we found ourselves in each other's graces once again, man. This is somebody that I've been just another one of those people that I've been working to have come on the platform, tell their story. I followed their story, their career. And I'm just elated to have him here so we can sit down and we can get his story out. So without further ado, Darrell Jones. How you doing, man?
Something good, my guy. I'm good, my guy.
You ready? You ready, man? We got some stuff we was doing a little bit. We had to press the pause, but I know you ready to go. So
Yes, sir.
I won't hold you up, man. You ready to get right into it?
Let's get to it, bro.
All right, so just to give you a further introduction, I'll talk about, not only I've known you since elementary school, I'll say. So one of the first things I've pulled from you was your personality.
Right.
And the main reason why we sitting here is how you've taken that personality that you've had since, a child and then turned it into a career for you. So, not only through acting, you've even gotten into video productions. You even started your own business, right? So we're going to get into all of that stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about the early childhood. That was something that we was talking about off the camera.
Right.
So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about your early childhood and talk to me about some of those things that influenced you and interested you to even, apart from you being who you are, what were some of your influences and some of the things that encouraged you to become who you are today as far as entertainment?
Man, I'm going to start with my dad and my uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out my dad and my Uncle Lawrence, man. Listen, coming up as a young boy, man, my pop and my uncle, man, they was some crazy dudes.
Mm-hmm.
They was some wild dudes, man. And they influenced me and my cousin J-Tech to be some silly dudes, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just them like raising us a certain way, man, and just how they were just going about everyday life. Like everything was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was a smart comment. And me and cuz J-Tech, man, we picked up off that, man. It just was like, it was everything coming up. You feel what I'm saying? So it was like, I feel like our parents definitely
That's fine.
like motivate us to be who we are today. You feel what I'm saying?
That's fine.
Like,
was it outside of your pop and your uncle being who they were? Was it something that they did? Like, were they like entertainers, or that was they just being themselves?
they were just being themselves.
That's fine.
Just funny, crazy old heads. Dog.
Yeah.
Like, you a young boy, you doing stuff you ain't supposed to do, just the comments, shut up, what you doing? Then I say, come here, boy, I'll smack your nose off. Just crazy stuff. Like, I'll punch you dead in your face. Like, but jokingly, you know what I'm saying? But like, our pops was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, it was just like, and we knuckleheads, so we just took it and laughed. Even if it was serious, we just laughed. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it was just a crazy time coming up as a young boy, man, in those single digit years. Man.
So just pinpointing the elementary school years, like would you consider yourself one of the funniest kids in the school at that time? And if so, was that by chance, or were you purposely being that way?
I don't even know, man. I was just being me. I was just comfortable in my own skin. I don't think I came to school and said, I'm gonna be the funniest boy. Like, I just was being me. You know what I'm saying? It was just my personality. I never had to try hard. I was just being me, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was.
So apart from being influenced by your pop and your uncle and your cousin, is it any points in time in your earlier life that you could pinpoint that ultimately led to the path that you're on?
To be honest, man, I don't know if it was an exact moment. It was just like
the lifestyle, was it?
Just the lifestyle, bro. I was just born into
Mm-hmm.
this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come from a crazy family background. Like, my uncle from Atlanta, my Uncle Jimmy, he used to come like every year, at least like once a year, come visit us, take us to Dave and Buster's. Boys, I go to the bathroom, I'll be back. He'll come downstairs with a wig. He'll come downstairs with a wig and a whole grandma costume. Boy, have a whole fam dying, bro, dying. So that's the stuff I seen. And my uncle was the first person that kind of introduced me with the video camera, as far as like recording us, just being kids.
Okay.
Like record me pop lock dancing, just doing crazy stuff, bro.
I've seen some of that. You have some of those videos, right?
Just being a kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that could have been like the point that kind of motivated me to just be me. You know what I'm saying? I was always comfortable in my own skin, bro, because I was always around my family and they embraced that. So I didn't care about anybody outside that didn't dig it. Like I was gonna be me regardless, you feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Who were some of your biggest supporters? Like, did you know at that age that, you know, this is what you would be doing?
No.
Or again, you didn't know it. Okay.
No.
Did you have any support? Like, did anybody see like the gift in you and kind of like encourage you in that direction? Or was it just something that eventually came about?
No, bro. Like at that time, bro, I don't think no one seen it really coming to where it would be something that I would turn into content creation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like
sir.
making a YouTube show and stuff like that. I don't think no one could have saw that. I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yes, sir.
we was exposed to the internet as kids back then. That wasn't even our thing in 95. Windows just internet came out 95, 96, 97. Now these young boys nowadays, like these little kids these days, they get exposed to that. You know what I'm saying? We was exposed to that where they be like, hey, you can be on the internet. You can.
Yes, sir.
We was just little kids, just you know, goofy and silly.
So in terms of like your creativity, even like your personality, was there any programs that you were a part of as a youth?
Not even, bro.
That's just
only
all
program
lifestyle.
was the stuff I seen on TV.
Wow.
Martin.
Okay,
Martin.
so let's get into that. That was gonna be my next.
Fresh Prince.
Okay.
Jimmy Fox show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just watching TV by Pop.
Yeah. Steve Harvey. Yeah.
I remember, bro, come home from school with Pop. Like, make sure you put that VHS tape inside and put it on 7 p.m. so Mark come on. Nowadays, shit, you can just cut the TV on and binge watch the shit. We had to really come home and lock in and watch TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And you might miss a few. If you don't do it that way, you might have missed a few.
Yeah.
So never get to see 'em.
I just remember times come home from school doing homework and then, you know, sit down with my pop, bro, and really sit there and watch all these sitcoms, man, that we love today, still to the day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that motivated me, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all we knew, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. That's fire. So all right, cool. So that pretty much covers you know, your earlier life. So I wanna speed up to your teenage years. For me, I think this is a point in time where I think a lot of young people, period, but especially a lot of young men, we trying to figure out who we are. So based on your lifestyle, to think how you grew up and who you were up until that point, did you ever find yourself in a position where you were like bothered by the peer pressures? You know what I mean? Like, again, your personality, not so much that it might not fit in, but it's different from everybody else because it's yours.
Right.
You follow me? Did you ever fight against like peer pressure, or were you cool? Were you good with who you were?
I was good with who I was.
That's fire.
I think only thing I was fighting against was the style of clothes. I was never really up to date with everyone that had the best gear at that time.
Yeah.
Like dudes was wearing Guess jeans. I was wearing something from America. I don't know what that store was on 6th Street. Pop took me to all the time.
Yeah.
But couldn't afford me Guess jeans. So I had the shiny Jones, but I ain't had a triangle on the back. So I was getting flamed.
I know that.
You know
that feeling. Yes, sir.
My man, he had the Magic jersey with the stars. I had the Swing Man. I was getting burned. You feel what I'm saying? I used to get clowned for clothes, but people still loved me for who I was.
Yes, sir.
And what I did was kind of took the little slander and turned it into how can I make you laugh. So if I did feel bad a bit, I knew that I could still reel you in because I can make you laugh.
That's fire.
So at that time between 12 and 13, that's when I started to realize the separation of between elementary was more of like, we all kiddie young. And then, damn, now 12, 13, I'm in Penwoodies Junior High. I got my homies, I'm locked in. But it's different because everyone is getting older, mature. People starting to figure themselves out far as like what they into, the girls, the clothes. I wasn't getting no chicks. I ain't really had a style like that. I was just a funny boy, and that's why people really was digging me. Like,
that's fire.
At that time, you know what I'm saying? Junior
high. How important were the people that were around you in keeping you focused? So you talk about your friends. Obviously, you still got your family and all that.
At that time, as a teenager?
Yes, sir.
I mean, as far as people keeping me focused, I mean, really, I didn't really have a focus that much, really, in junior high. It was, for the most part, it was more some like, do my schoolwork. Was I the best? No. Keep it a bean. But I was never a trouble kid. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really no trouble kid. I didn't really get like expelled, never got kicked out for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I was always a good kid. You know what I'm saying? I just was Darrell. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was always good in my own skin. You feel what I'm saying? But like when it came to as far as the fashion and style, I just was light years behind niggas at that time. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was always me.
Yes, sir.
And I was always embraced by a lot of people. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was always me, even though I wasn't up to date with the clothes and shit. I was always me. You feel me?
How much would you accredit like who you are today to the neighborhood that you grew up in, and even again you could talk about your friends, like how big of an influence did that play into who you are?
Well, I never hanged around no friends that was like influenced me on the dumb shit.
Yes, sir.
Like, we came up with the Ye and Darby battle era, right? I was never into that.
Yes, sir.
One thing I can tell you is though, I was always in the middle. So one thing about me is I was cool with the nerds. I was cool with the cool niggas that you want to call cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I never felt like I can't sit down and talk to this dude because he ain't cool, or I'm cool, or I'm this person where like I only can talk to these people because they cool. Like, no, like I was always cool. I was in the middle. I banged with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say, for me, what I credit that to is the sports.
Yeah.
Because even me being from the opposite side of town with that Darby and Ye thing, I don't get a chance to. I mean, obviously, me and you went to elementary school, but like a Riz, shout out Riz, I don't get a chance to like build a relationship with him without the sports.
Right.
So I think the sports too played a large part in, people like myself and you coming together, even though we already knew each other, but that helped out a lot too.
Absolutely.
With keeping you out of anybody out of that.
Because at school, we had an actual activity to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just we get out of school and we was playing the block, or we was doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So let's talk about them young adult years, man. For me, this is like outside of where you are today, and the things that you've accomplished thus far. To me, this is probably like my favorite part, the young adult years, because that's when I get to start seeing. I already knew the guy that could make you laugh. Like I said, we played basketball together and stuff. But at this point is when I got to see some of those talents that you had. Like, okay, he was funny back then, but now he's doing something and he's being serious about it, man. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that transpired throughout your young adult years. So just tell me at what point of life, whether it was in your young adult years, at what point did you decide to get serious about your content creation and take your gift and then turn it into your passion?
So what's crazy is like, all right, so I started doing music at first, right? And I remember back in 8th grade, me and my homies, we always used to go to the crib, freestyle, play some instrumentals before we go to school. And real rap, bro, I didn't even know I could rap. Like I was, my homies, they was spitting, and I was just catching on what they was doing and stuff like that. And I was just kind of picking up what they was doing and seeing if I could do it. I wrote like the worst rap of all time. Now today, and they looked on it was dope. I was like, they really thought this shit was hot.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep trying to see if this shit keep working. You know what I'm saying? I was like 13 at the time.
Okay.
Fast forward 9 years later, my man, he's in Florida. He's rapping and making beats.
Okay.
Right? So on the Fruity Loops. So my man, he was like, yo, bro, I got a program called Fruity Loops. I'm thinking, I'm fucking with these beats. He's like, yo, on some real, you should try to, you know what I'm saying, see, you want to do some beats. I'm like, beats? I'll rap, but I don't know about no beats. What you talking about? He's like, no, bro, I'm telling you this Fruity Loops shit. Get with it. So he started teaching me how to do the beats and stuff like that. And I was doing that for like a year on the low. And what motivated me to really rap was because nobody was getting on my beats. This was MySpace. I was hitting up all the rappers that was in the city, hitting them up, DMing them. Nobody was hitting me back. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Yo, I might just try rapping my own shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that was 09. Fast forward to 2010. I came out with my own mixtape. Shout out to Ab Lava, my neighbor. He's my neighbor. He lived like 4 houses down.
Oh,
from
wow.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I used to always see him come out the crib, and I didn't even realize that was Ab Live. I said, who this nigga 6'11"? Who the fuck is this tall ass, long ass?
Smooth thug with the good hair.
Yeah, I'm like, who the hell is, I'm like, and then one day I was like cutting the grass and shit. Going along, I got a corner crib and shit. And I seen this long, tall ass nigga come around the corner. I'm like, that look like, fuck like Ab Live. I'm like, yo, you Ab Live? Yeah, that's me, man. I was like, yeah, that's me. I'm like, oh shit, what's up, man? What's going on, man? And I just kept seeing him. I was like, yo, this is a stretch, but what if I asked this nigga to host my mixtape? That's a fucking stretch, right? That nigga never heard nothing about music, nothing. But I used to give him rides to the airport. We used to go to VA.
Oh, okay.
And deal with Pusha T and all. I used to give him rides to the airport.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. And I said, you know what? He always asked me to give him rides, but let me see if I can slip this shit in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I asked him, like, yo, man, I'm doing rap. You rap? I was like, yeah, I didn't know you rap. Like, yeah, man, no. I just did like, 20, 25 tracks, man. I was wondering if you would, host my tape. He said, no problem, I got you. I was like, can I get like a drop? Maybe a 3. He said, yeah. Went to Rick Nice studio. Shout out to Rick Nice.
Wow.
Was with the Derby.
That's fine.
I took Ab to Rick Nice joined the crib. You know what I'm saying? He gave me some drops. Went through. My guy DJ Amir, he hosted it. I met him through Facebook. I just hit him up like, yo, he was on fire that time because he just did In My Bag.
Yeah.
He was his name on over me. In My Bag was all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, let me just hit him up to see if he responded. He responded. Like, yeah, let's work. I'm like, damn, this niggas want to work. I ain't do shit. Mm-hmm. So I had him as the DJ and I had Ab hosting. You know what I'm saying? And I dropped the tape. Year later, as the tape go by, I tried to do another tape. Go through some adversity, lost my job. Lost my gig. I was fucked up, no money, and I wasn't motivated to rap again. I was like, I gotta get a fucking job. Just got apartments and my mom crib. I gotta get a gig. I ain't trying to rap. So then I'm working. I'm dead off social media, just trying to get my life together. And shout out to my guy Joe. He was always big on YouTube before that was the thing. Like 2011, he's always like show me, I'm watching these bulls on YouTube. They're like funny comedian dudes. He always show me them. Like for 2 years straight, we used to watch some dudes on YouTube. Then one day it came to me, he's like, yo, bro, I think we should do a YouTube show. Say, I ain't trying to do a YouTube show, nigga. I'm trying to get back rapping again, man. He was like, I said, that's gonna mess up my image. He was like, image? Nigga, you ain't got no image. What you worry about it? He said, what you worry about an image for? He's like, image, what? He's like, man, we've been silly forever, bro. Like, this is easy. Why we can't do this, bro? Look, these niggas, we can go grab a camera, we can do this. I'm like, I don't know, man, because you forgot I was rapping. I wasn't talking about crazy shit, but like, I just didn't want to go from rap to comedy. I just was like, no, I'm trying to get back. I ain't rapping a year. I'm trying to drop another tape. I said, man, you want to do a tape, man? Don't care about a tape, bro. Listen, I wrote a script. I said, you wrote a script? I said, you serious? No, I wrote a script. I was like, let me see this job, man. He said, no, we're rap. I read it. I was like, you serious? He really wrote a script? The first episode was I Hate Being Black. That was a controversial ass episode. It was funny. That was like the first joint we did. And we really did a table read and all that shit. And no acting experience I ever had. So when I did that episode, I seen everybody's reaction, I was like, this shit was better than rap.
The reaction,
it was better than music. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. And then, we kept creating episodes. We did probably like 13 episodes, whatever.
This is Bell Guys, which is
Bell Guys.
a pimp. Some that I wanted to pinpoint. Okay,
we had a show called Bell Guys, Belle. Being extreme losers living extreme.
Oh wow! I thought it had something to do with Bell Avenue. Don't mind me.
No, not even. But you know what was crazy?
Yeah.
This how this was really meant. And this we used to like abbreviate shit every time we talk. We just stopped saying full words, start abbreviating shit. So one day, me and my guy Riz, we was in 8th grade, and we didn't know we was the worst. Some Joan chick walked by. She was terrible looking, whatever. And I was like, yo, Riz was like, yo, she's horrible. She's horrible. I put like an accent on it. She's horrible.
Her Bell.
And I was like, matter of fact, she's Bell. And bro, we took that Bell and ran with it.
That's crazy.
From 01 to current.
That's crazy.
Had the whole school saying it. Teachers, students, everybody, staff, whatever you want to say, everybody was saying it, bro. And that's when Joe was like, maybe we should call the joint Bell Guys. I'm like, but bro, like, we call people Bell. Why we gotta be Bell? Like, no, that's the funny part. Like, we losers. Like, let's just do that shit. Like,
shout out.
I was like, all right, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's some funny shit. Fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I did the being extreme losers, living extraordinary because I wanted to give it like some, like a different twist, either meaning to it. You know what I'm saying?
Sir. I'm with you.
Yeah, that was that, man. And that was my first crack at acting, just off the strength. No classes, no school. I just on camera raw.
That's fine.
Just going in. You
know? That was. I mean, Bell Guys was the first time I saw you in that light. I knew Joe from school. Never really got a chance to like meet him, but I knew him from school. Same thing with Josh. Same thing. So that was around that. What year are we talking about? 11? What was that around? Like 2011, 12, something like that.
2012.
Yeah. So, and that was kind of like at the. I mean, although other people were doing it, this was like at the beginning before it became very popular. It was other guys that was probably doing it, but it wasn't as popular as it may even be today.
Yeah, at the time it was Bell Guys, it was Peanut Live. My guy, Ryan All-Star and KP, they were stars in Peanut Live. Then they branched off, did their own show.
Yes, sir.
Personals.
Yes, sir.
So it was Personals, Bell Guys, Peanut Live, and Dame and Tiz at the time they was together. They did their Grime Time Jones.
Yes, sir.
Asia Star.
Yep. So all of that. So let's in terms of the timeline, right? So let me ask you, because everything that you just named is something that is stuff I want to get into with you. So after Bell Guys conclude, or at what point did you guys, whether it was just you or you and Joe, at what point did you guys begin to do different parodies like outside of Bell? At what point was that?
So my guy Josh, he ended up going to the Air Force.
Okay.
So he couldn't do it no more.
Yes, sir.
I think I did an episode by myself, and I was like, man, I gotta keep this going. I don't know what everybody else want to do. Joe started his family. He had 2 sons, so he started, raising his family. I think I was the only one that was single.
Yes, sir.
So I had all the time in the world. I get cousin OJ Tech to come shoot me. I did maybe like 2 videos by myself. Then I took Bell Guys and I just kind of put it on Instagram. And this is when 15-second videos just emerged. And I was like, I was just trying to come up with quick little 15-second funny skits. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that for probably like a year, whatever the case may be. And then shout out my guy Ryan All-Star. He actually reached out to me early, like episode 3 of Bell Guys. Like, yo, y'all funny as hell, man. See, the crazy thing about it was, bro, a lot of people from the city, like, that was really doing it and popping, they respected us.
Absolutely.
They seen us moving.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the audience from Philly. A lot of our audience was from the county, the sprinkle of Philly. Because the type of content we was doing, it wasn't as relatable to the hood.
I'm with you. Yeah.
But people always used to say, yo, if y'all niggas had like Comedy Central, check y'all shit, y'all would have been on there. Because we were more commercial than anything.
Yes, sir.
People used to compare us like a Jordan Peele. Like,
I can see that.
Type shit. Because our type of comedy wasn't as raw, ratchet at the time. So we didn't have that appeal like everyone else that was doing certain type of comedy in from Philly. They were really drawn more towards like the Peanut Lives and all that type of shit. Shout out to everybody that was doing anything. We were just in a different lane. You know what I'm saying? And people say to this day, like, yo, Bell Guys today? They was like, y'all did Bell Guys today. Y'all might have been out here because the creativity, the shit we was doing at the time, like it just wasn't.
You're a lot more polished, educated on how the things go. It was something different. Like that they would be fire.
It was different at that time.
Talk to me about Uncle Marvin, Old Head Marvin. How did that come about?
One day I was at the ball court just chilling with Riz. And I was like, yo, man, I gotta do a skit. I'm like, I gotta do something. Mind you, I had on some ball shorts and a white tee, that's it.
Yeah.
Riz had an old Kango hat in his car, but you still got, I'm like, why he had a Kango hat? I don't know. But he had an old ass Kango hat in his car. I'm like, I gotta do something. So I just pulled my shorts up high as shit and put my t-shirt in and put the Kango on. What you say, dummy? What you say? Like, just start doing the old head voice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was doing it, and I told Riz, like, yo, listen, just record me. I'm gonna like do some crazy shit. I'm gonna just throw a shot. And,
That's crazy.
And just, we go cut and act like the ball going to the basket. You know what I'm saying? Just do some crazy shit. And then I did maybe like 3 or 4 skits like that. And then my man, Shotman Ryan, All-Star, he said, yo, bro, that old head Marvin shit you doing on Instagram, I think you can make that shit like an actual character. I think you need to like make that shit like, give it its own Instagram page. Like, for real? He's like, oh, nigga, for real. Like, nigga, make that shit a page. And I was like, all right. And, bro, that might have been, that time introduced me to editing. Because at that time, that's when I learned how to really do editing. Because the shit I was doing in them videos, the speed ups, the ball traveling fast, going to the basket, dancing, all that stuff, dog. So all that stuff I was doing, Old Head Marvin played a big part of my life because at that moment, that's when I learned how to edit on my own. And those apps back then wasn't as good as these apps are today. Okay. So I used to have to go through 5 apps to complete a 15-second video. One app made me slow mo. One app made me fast forward, speed up the joint. One app made me make a color like this. Like, now you got these apps, you do all this in one. But back in 2014, 13, it was different back then. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, bro, it was different. And like I said, like I had a lot of fun doing him. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I did a lot of stuff, a lot of notable people. Just going on court, bro. And every time I went to the court, I never had the idea until I said record.
I believe.
Like I never
believe it.
I never prepped at all.
I believe it. Yeah.
Every time I got to the court is when I figured out what I was going to do. When the idea came out, bro, because I didn't know. I didn't know. Bro, I used to sit there and be like, what am I gonna do today? You know what I'm saying? Because it was a lot, bro. And then you gotta think about it. Everybody understands what Old Head Marvin does. Old Head Marvin makes all the crazy shots. So I had to be creative and think, what can I do differently? You know what I'm saying? I had to keep pushing it to the limit every time.
That's fine. I mean? Talk to me about this was one of my favorite Jones when we were going back and just doing our refresher. Old Head Marvin versus Uncle Rodney. Talk to me about that recording.
Oh, it's his?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out to Tiz, man. Yeah. At that time I just started Old Head Marvin, might have probably was a couple weeks in. Tiz he seen it picking up steam. He was like, yo, bro, we gotta do a video. You know, I got this character called Uncle Rodney.
Yep.
And we just did like an Old Head Marvin versus Uncle Rodney thing where we was playing one-on-one, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Taking crazy shots, going back and forth. We was playing, I think, like horse or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We was going back and forth doing crazy shots, man. But that was definitely a dope time, man. Shout out to Tiz. You know, he's still doing this thing. And yeah, man, me and Tiz got a lot of history, man. Like
what was like just at that time before, because I wanna get into some of your more serious roles that you picked up during that time. What would you say at that point from Bell Guys up into Old Head Marvin? What was your favorite part of that in that time frame? Was it not so much the pin Old Head Marvin against Bell Guys, but which one would you say you had the most fun creating?
Man, that's hard, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, because Bell Guys was like,
it's with the guys.
It's with the guys, and it just was like every episode was different, bro. Like every episode was crazy. From I hate being black, playing an ignorant black dude that don't want to go to work, talking crazy stuff about he'd rather, you know what I'm saying, like, grab a Gucci belt, pay his rent, to the ride out when my brother got shot 70 times. And we really went to a church. We really went to a church, bro, and did a fake funeral scene. We really went to a church.
In the church?
Bro, we draw. I'm sorry, God. We went to a church and we told the pastor, hey, listen, we gotta do a school project. Can we use this? He's all sure. So we went in there right? We went in there and we was fake praying. And when my man recorded, all we needed was 10 seconds of us fake praying. That was it. But when we edited, we put all this crazy music in the background, act like we was at a funeral. That just shows you at that time, bro, the creativity and the stuff we were willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Joe doing "Where's My Remote?" Like, and he woke up like, "Yo, you see my remote?" Like, no. He's like, look at all the crazy places in the fridge. Regular place in the, he looked everywhere but normally in the couch.
Yeah.
Fridge, under the bed. This boy lift the hood of his car. Like, ain't no remote in there. Went downtown and passed out, where are my remote flyers? You know what I'm saying? Just the creativity, like we took it there. On 95, like, where's my remote? It's crazy. Yep. So, bro, we did a lot of crazy stuff, bro. We did a lot of crazy stuff.
One thing I'll say, you know, and you revealed it and you showed me just in let me know like how you went about a bunch of things. When we talked a few times, just leading up to this, you talked about this was your words. You know, I'm a shooter. I'm gonna go after it.
Right.
And you've pretty much shown that. And we not even all the way through the entire story, but you've had that. That was something that you had early, like even with the Ab Lava thing. You know, most people probably not gonna take that chance. You know what I'm saying? Out of fear of rejection.
Right.
You know, but you said that about yourself, you know, and we'll get into a few of those things, but I see it even in, you know, with the Bell Guys thing, the Ad Lava thing is there. You know what I mean? If you want it, you're gonna go about it.
Absolutely.
2015 was a crazy year, man. That was pretty busy. What was that about? Like, what was going on? And I say that because when I do my research, you know, like when I look at like a lot of your collaborations, like in terms of collaborating and all the different videos that you did, a lot of them placed from maybe 2014, but the majority of them was in 2015. Was that on purpose or you was just in the moment?
So I want to say 2015. So this is the crazy thing. So when I was doing Old Head Marvin, right?
And my fault. And I'm saying 2015 because when we look at the videos, they say 8 years ago. So I'm doing it like, so I don't know if it's 15 or however that please.
So when Old Head Marvin pretty much ended, I want to say like 2015 in January. It was crazy is I actually created an Old Head Marvin YouTube channel, right? Only did one video. Once again, some real life adversity stuff. And I was like, yo, I gotta drop some real content for Old Head Marvin on YouTube. I got fired from FedEx. The day I went viral, A-Town posted Old Head Marvin on his Instagram. He had a song called, what is the song called? The Birds or something like that? The Birds.
Yeah.
So I did it. I did a dance in the Old Head Marvin costume.
That's
Tagged
crazy.
Snacks in A-Town. He posted it. It got like 1 million views, went through the roof.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, Head Marvin about to pop. Oh, I got to drop episode. I went to work next day, bro. Got fired for something that happened months earlier. You know what I'm saying? And they called
They
up
had
to
you
me.
under investigation. They
And they called up to me.
Rico? How you get it?
I said Rico. And they called up to me. And that crushed me.
Yeah.
And mentally.
Was this around? Was this around?
This is February 2015.
That was
February.
around. I saw you at, was that? Because I saw you. I remember running into you. I used to work up 69th Street. I wound up seeing.
That was working Sprint. That's 2016.
Okay.
But remember that? No, I started Sprint 2015 in April.
That makes sense.
So
because I had just come back from I was still at Family Dollar at that time, but I had just got they just moved me back on 69th Street. Yeah.
So I say February 2015.
Okay.
Was like the last time I did Old Head Marvin. 2000. What I did too. So 2015 is when. Shoot, what else I did? Well, 2015, I actually was introduced to the movie Fatally Flawless. That's
Okay.
crazy because it just came out 2022. But we're gonna get to that.
That's crazy. That's from
2015, bro, is when I did a table read for that movie. In 2015, I did a table read for that movie.
Okay.
The filming was from 15 to 18. It was 3 years of filming.
Oh wow.
Because of all the characters that played in it and them wanting to redo certain scenes and things like that. It took 3 years for the filming and then 4 years for it to get on Tubi where it's on right now. So that movie was a minute.
What would you so since you brought up the movie, I wanted to ask, like, what was it that made you, what enticed you to start to begin to take on more dramatic roles? Yeah. What was that?
So go back to my guy Ryan All-Star. Listen, he was like, bro, you ever thought about doing serious acting? I said, no. I love this comedy shit. That's all. No, I'm not doing no serious acting. Why I want to do serious acting? He said, bro, I think you should try it. Just try to see something different. I'm like, no, bro. No, like I like the lane I'm in. I don't want to do this. He said, bro, I wrote something, man. I think you should. I want you to star along with me in something. You know what I'm saying? And 2014, we did a skit called Committed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it was about a girl that was she was so committed in a relationship that she was willing to take her own life.
That's the one. Okay, so that's the one, and you were his friend.
His friend.
Yeah, trying to talk some sense into him.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the first drama role I did. That was 2014. And then when I did that, I was like, this ain't that bad. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that bad. And then after that, I was just rolling with whatever he had in the bag. Like, yo, bro, I got this other joint. Let's do this. That's why you probably talking about 2015. I probably did like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. I mean,
You
that's
know
what
I'm saying?
we was doing our research. And I'm like, what? He was going crazy in 2015.
And then, and he's really my guy, because when I finally did my first dramatic role where it just starred me and shout out my homie Shatira, called Roseline Ave.
Yep.
2015.
Yep.
That was the one where I realized, like, oh yeah, I can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Was that a role prepared for you, or did you create that role for yourself?
Shout out my man Huz. He's from the county too. He live in LA now.
Okay.
He actually came up with the idea, but my man Lay, he from Philly. He lives in LA now too. He actually shot it and kind of helped finish the project. Like, my man came with the idea, and when he left to go back to LA, my man Lay, he actually helped finish the project as far as like some dialogue and some creativity with certain shots and things like that. And we started shooting in January of 15 and it come out to October of 15.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just us trying to figure out how we're going to have an ending, how we were going to just put certain pieces together to make it cohesive and make it a great project.
The first role that I saw you in, I will say, if my memory serves me correct, was in, I think that was Retaliation. You were the restaurant manager.
Yes.
With Tiz. That was the first one that I had. So don't excuse me if I'm chopping up the timeline, but I remember seeing it. I'm like, yo, like that was my first time seeing you take on like a more serious, a serious role was in Retaliation. Yeah. Also, we got the Brothers Keeper, where you played the detective, right? Yeah. And Brothers Keeper.
Right.
Okay, and so those two, Retaliation and Brothers Keeper, were those produced by Tiz?
Yes.
Okay, and he drew that up. Like he said, this part, that's fire. That's fire. Any other videos like during that time? Because it was so many of them. I know it was so many of them. Any other videos from that point in time that you want to highlight or pinpoint? You know, anything? I know you speak about Ryan, and I figured that he was instrumental in that. So any other collaborations that you did with Ryan that you want to drop?
We did a lot, bro.
Yeah.
We did like. Bro, we got like stuff like, oh my God, man. Like we did.
What'd you call it? Detective Box? Box?
Bro, we did Toy Cops.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Right, 2015. We did Committed in 14.
Yeah.
We did an episode where me and Joe was in there, episode called The Menace, where we did like a parody of Menace to Society.
Okay.
Where me and Joe was acting goofy, hanging out the sunroof and the car pulling up on him. We did... What else we do, man?
Y'all had one with this is one
Personals movie. I did that.
They did a Personals movie.
I got booked for a movie for someone to see me do the Personals movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I did the Personals movie. I did that. What else I did, man? I did I forget what it's called, man. Bro, it's on YouTube. Bro, I did a lot.
It was a lot of them. It's a lot.
I did a lot of stuff. Ryan always showed me love, man.
That's fire. Shout out to him. And I figure that. So let me ask you this: would you accredit some of? Would you give some of that credit? Would you accredit you taking on some of the more serious rules? Would you accredit some of that to Ryan?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because I'm not saying that I never got into it, but I was introduced to it early.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I'm saying?
You could tell about one thing I'll just say about Ryan is that you could just tell, you could see that he was taking that approach. Yeah. Even in some of his funny rules, he was implementing like, you know, I'm gonna be dramatic about it. Not so much serious, but dramatic. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that's fire that he saw something in you, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Y'all was able to create something with each other. Right. So all right, so we'll bring ourselves up to date. So talk to me about, you know, so we went through your young adulthood where you did a lot of your content creation. So fast forward to to your adult years, your father, you know, significant other. Just talk to me about some of that and how ultimately that shaped your career.
So I met my fiance in 2015.
Okay.
Right. And that was crazy.
2015 was the year. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's crazy. Okay.
You wanna know it was crazy because the first time we went out on a date, I had to go to a table read for Fairly Flawless. Like we went on a date and I went on a table read for Fairly Flawless.
Okay.
And as we got serious in 2016, that's when we really locked in, right? And at that time, still obviously which is my daughter now. Mm-hmm. She had a little 4-year-old, which is I call my daughter Jayla.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, and at that time, like I was like in a different space, and when I take on certain things, it's like I really lock in. Sometimes I ain't gonna say sometimes. A lot of times I have trouble learning how to live a balanced lifestyle. And I mean by that, it's like it's hard to do everything 100%. It's hard to be like literally. If all these things we talked about, right, it would be hard for me to do all this 100%. To be old head Mark 100%, to be bug 100%, to be the best father 100%, to be the best son to my dad 100%. Like it's tough. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And once I hopped into that, I knew I couldn't have one foot in. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when you are a father to a child that doesn't have her father in her life. And I'm
that big responsibility,
man.
That
role. Yes, sir. Like you can't dib and dabble with that. Especially when you take her mom serious and she sees that. And it's like, I'm all in. All in to the point where like, I forgot even what I did previously. And it was like, I was just becoming a new Rel, not even realizing it. For the better, you know what I'm saying? Because it at that time, I started to become way more responsible, right? When I talked to you about all the adversities I was going through, it was all my fault. Just wasn't being responsible. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot of that shit was my fault.
Okay.
Life is life, but a lot of that shit could have been prevented.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
So, as I finally tap into Darrell the dad, things changed. You know what I'm saying? Entirely everything changed. And it went from us seeing each other every weekend to us getting an apartment for 2 years and me having my own child, to realizing this apartment ain't it no more, to buying a house, you know, to raising a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you talk about the timeline from 16 of January to 2020. And then that's when it kind of hit. When the pandemic came in, that's when I realized, like, yo, this shit is not guaranteed here. Like, you know what I'm saying? When the pandemic hit and that changed everyone's perspective on life and how we realized how shit can shut down.
Yes, sir.
That's when I really was, that at that time, all of us had to sit still and figure out what the fuck we was gonna do. You feel what I'm saying? At that time. So even at that time, I was being creative again. I don't even remember. At that time, I did like a little 4-episode reality show with my family.
You did. That's yo.
Just because I just was like, yo, I'm here in this crib.
Yep.
And I'm losing my mind. I just want to do something. I'm here with the kids. I gotta get a crib. I do something, right? And at that point, that kind of sparked my juices to get back, because I was like, I remember editing, because I used to do Ed Marvin videos. So I had my iPad. I was shooting. You know what I'm saying? I was shooting the kids and making up fake stories, whatever, just being creative. You know what I'm saying? Shooting us and stuff in the crib, just, you know what I mean, having fun with the family, just putting stuff together. You know what I'm saying? And people was digging it. But then once we got back outside again, Quarantine Life, which I called the show, the man award, was it? Quarantine Award. Yeah, man, I would say during the pandemic, man, made me realize a lot about life and the obstacles, the hurdles you gotta go through being a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit hit different.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? And every day, bro, every day hit different. Like, just seeing your kids grow up and you just having to realize, like, damn, man, like, this is my future, right? These my youngest. You know what I'm saying? It's like, every day I'm like, what's next? None of this shit is guaranteed, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I'm with you.
Any day. And I'm just like, every day I wake up, it's like, I go hard. It's like, every day I got a different mindset, man. And to kind of go back to the time stamps we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
And I think at a point why I couldn't overcome certain adversities, I just think like I think I really was mentally going through. I think
possible.
That mental health shit is real.
Absolutely.
And you know, back then when people talk about mental health, remember they clown you, oh, so you got mental health, what's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with you, dog. Man,
Yeah.
Now obviously like it's something big, everybody talk about therapy. And I think that honestly, like, why I couldn't overcome certain hurdles, adversity, I was going through some health shit. Now, half of it was me not being responsible, half of it was me overthinking certain shit too much. Like, I feel like anything I've ever done or tackled, I've seen some success in it. Why I didn't continue, I don't have a real answer. Maybe it could have been that going through a certain mental issue where I would overthink certain things too much. I would think that I would need to be in a certain place because I see other people moving. I felt like I should be there too. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
sir.
not necessarily was a hate. It was a more of like let's say like I put out a video, right? And everyone love it. You feel what I'm saying? Everyone love it. I put out video 2, video 3, then video 4, I don't get no love. It don't mean that no one ain't dig video 4. It just means that, first of all, you probably got the same people that's looking at your content over and over again, and people ain't just gonna keep saying, yo, that shit dope, that shit dope. They probably think it's dope, they probably just don't want to say it.
Yes, sir.
But mentally, we gotta keep seeing it. If we don't see it no more, we gonna feel like, damn, I don't fuck with this shit. Did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
But they ain't fucking with this. What happened? Why I ain't get the views? Why I get likes like I get before? And then that could put you in a certain slump, and you like, man, I ain't doing this shit no more. I went through a lot of that, bro. I went through a lot of that. And that's why I felt like that's what hurt me with being consistent. Because I felt like anything I've ever done, I got love with anything I've ever done. I just never done it consistently over a course of time. I did a lot of stuff. I just never did a lot of stuff consistently.
I'm with you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think like, I feel like now today, it's not 100%, but I'm definitely in a way better mental state than I was before, because I understand now what it's like to go through certain things, and I don't look at everything like I did back then. You feel what I'm saying? Like I take everything with a grain of salt. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really look at it like, oh, why this not work? No, I just keep working, bro. At this point now, like I done went through all that shit. I know this like failed. I was like, that
Yes,
shit.
sir. Yes, sir.
And it is what it is, bro.
How much of that ultimately led to you starting the His and Her Juices brand?
So His and Her Juices was during the pandemic.
Yes, sir.
And bro, we was just gaining unwanted weight, like like real rat. Like we were just in the crib, like 4 or 5 months, eating everything in the fridge. Or we could go to the supermarket and back home. That was it. Like you couldn't do nothing else. And my girl, she bought a juicer at our old apartment, and I didn't even know she took it to the new house we bought. I looked like in the aisle, and I'm like, yo, we got a juicer. She like, oh, I forgot we had that. What? Like we never used it. And my girl, she Guatemalan, so like she just be knowing certain recipes and certain stuff like that. from her culture, like learning how to mix certain juices. So we first started certain juices. That was her idea. So what we do, we would work in the backyard. Every time we was supposed to be in the store, just work in the backyard, and my girl used to make juice. And I used to like post them on my story, like, yo, sitting here drinking a carrot, orange juice, whatever. But I wasn't promoting to sell it. People was my DM like, yo, you selling that, Joe? I'm like, oh, I ain't selling it. I'm always saying no to shit, right? I'm always saying, you see the trend? I said, no, I ain't selling no juice still. I ain't selling no juice. Like, damn, bro, I'm trying to buy that Joe. I'm like, man, I ain't selling no juice, but I'm just drinking for my own good. I'm chilling. My girl was drinking it. My girl was making it every day. And it was helping us. And people was seeing the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you look good, so you getting toned up. Damn, bro, you drink juice. See you working out. Like, yo, me, you should sell some. I said, I ain't selling none of that. So I was telling my girl, like, yo, why everybody keep dating me talking about sell some juice? I don't know about selling no juice. I ain't selling no juice. And she's like, okay. A week later, she came back to me, hey, babe, I was thinking, you should start a juice business? No. Start no juice business? I don't want to start a juice business. For what? No, I don't know nothing about that. I'm good. She's like, oh, I'm just saying. I'm like, I don't know. I think about it, yo. In my back of my head, so we do a little damn juice business. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, but one day I just was sitting there chilling, and I was like, thinking about it, like, the hell do I know about this juice business, bro? Like, really, what do I know? So I was like, you know what? Thought about it. I went back to my girl. I said, look, you know what? All right, let's figure it out. Let me see if I can get somebody to do a logo. Let's make an Instagram page. Let's make an email address. Let's start from there. Made an Instagram page. Ain't posting up for like the first 2 months. I had it made I'm sorry, for the first month. Made in June. We ain't make it live till like July 2020, like July. It was like the middle of July, whatever. Okay. And we made it live. I was going ham. I was like, you know, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I started thinking like, all right, so what's the end goal? What I'm gonna do here? So I was like, you know what? All right, I make juice. I'm gonna record everyone trying it and get everyone's reaction. That's my goal. My goal is pin in your face, record you drinking it, get a reaction. Whether it's good or bad, I'm gonna post it. I don't care. I'm gonna go raw. I'm just raw. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. And I remember for my birthday we had like a little deck party, whatever, and we made like probably like 100 juices, whatever. And when I seen like the amount of bread we made in like 30 minutes and everybody buying that show, I was like, matter of fact, this may work a little bit. This I can do something. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we just went in, bro. We just went ham, bro. Like we just went ham at that time. Like we grabbed all the labels. You know what I'm saying? She had the flavors. I didn't even know my girl knew how to make flyers. She's real creative too, making flyers. She know how to make flyers. Like I was like, yo, you made this? I was like, who you pay on the side to do this? Like, no, I did it. I just went to canvas. I just started getting busy. I'm like, oh, it's crazy. So she knew how to make the flyers, stuff like that. Made some business cards. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it just took off from the rip. And during the pandemic, everyone had bread. Everyone had bread. Sir. And some people were thinking like, well, why would you start a business during the pandemic? Nobody got money. No, everybody had money. Trump gave everybody billions. What you talking about? Everybody had bread during the pandemic. So everybody was supporting small black businesses at the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it was love. I mean, everybody was showing love. It was lit, you know, man, when we first started getting busy. And it got to a point where as we was moving and getting busy, that's when I started to like, all right, I gotta be real, I gotta utilize my personality to try to branch and we saw some of the and try to creativity, like reach out to some of these people. I remember I reached out to Tiz because we got rapport. Shout out to J Tech, he shot it. We did a whole skit, you know what I mean, a whole juice skit where I played a creepy owner. You know, Tiz was the customer. Joe was at the door acting like he had to he was like VIP to get juice. Who was on the list, on the VIP list again? Tory Lanez, Bell-G, and somebody else. He said Bell-G, Carol Baskins. Carol Baskins. That was the most. It was red. A bunch of random names, bro. We freestyled that whole. That's skit. Fire. We didn't write nothing. Fire. We freestyled the whole skit. That's fire. I remember after we done, Tiz like, "Damn, you still got it, boy." I was like, "Yeah, man." Like we really like we just the energy how we bounce off each other. It was just flawless. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was flawless, bro. Like so, that was a great time at that time, man. And at that time, I was just trying to like, branch off to different people, man. Try to like get busy. Now I remember one customer copped from me, and I got a DM. I was like, Cappuccino, who knows Cappuccino, South Florida. I went to a picture of Bob party night. What's Cap party night? Oh, Cappuccino, what's up? She said, hey, how you doing? I was wondering how can I go about getting some juices? Well, how you go about it? Don't worry about it. What's your address? What's your phone number? Let's get them to you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get them to you now. What you talking about? You know what I mean? And I built that relationship with her. She was sponsored for it. She would post on her page, like, 2 days a week, whatever, you know what I'm saying, the station. But she was showing love. Shout out to my other sponsor, Big Star at the time. Big Star, man.
That's fine.
The Big Star is,
yeah.
Going for rap DVDs, transition into the basketball sports world. You know what I'm saying? We cover a lot of sports, football and basketball. Yeah. And I commented under one of his vintage Too Raw for the Streets posts. I guess he saw my brand. He was like, yo, I got something for you. And he DM'd me, and we had a nice phone conversation. He was like, yo, man, like, let's do some business. You know what I mean? Like, I can sponsor, whatever. And I did that with him for about 2 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And shout out to Big Star, man. Like, he was real supportive. Him and his family would do videos every time, you know what I mean, with the juice and stuff like that. So Star, he was a cool dude, man. Still is a cool dude, actually. Yeah, man, it's just like, and then even later on this year, like, I always try to get Ab. Like, Ab always been thorough. Like, even from the time he did the mixtape for me. Like, I always would see him on the block on my peeps crib. I might see him, might be getting his car pulled off too late. One time I seen him, we came out the crib perfectly together. Like, he came out, I looked to the left, looked to the right, yo, what's up, boy? Yo, hey, come on. You know what I mean? Rapping, yo, bro, I got juice, we'll try some of my juice. Oh, yeah, definitely got a link or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We exchanged numbers and all that, so we didn't really like have an actual talk in a minute. And when they hit me, he's like, yo, I'll be in the studio. Come through, bring some. I said, all right. Came through the studio, had the camera, and shout out to Spade. Spade was there. You know what I'm saying? And they was trying and they was digging. Yo, this is all dope. This juice crazy. Damn, I didn't know you had this. It was dope. I mean, dope experience, man. And shout out to Spade, shout out to Ab, man. Definitely showing love with the juice. And another person I actually got a chance to link with was Montrezl Harrell.
Yes, sir.
From the Sixers.
Yes, sir. And very, very motivational. This is probably one of my favorite stories that you shared. And
that was like 2 years in the making. So I was in Wildwood, New Jersey, and my cousin looked just like this boy. Like dreads, dark skin, tall, and all that.
Yeah.
So I posted my cousin like, damn, Montrezl, what you doing in Wildwood? I knew he was in Wildwood. So my cousin cracking up, I was recording, but I added Montrezl Harrell. He wrote back in the DM like, yo, you funny, cuz do kind of look like me, but his jewelry heavy like mine, he looked like me. He said all that. I'm like, he wrote back. Oh shit, Montrezl wrote back. Yeah. So I DM'd him like tear faces. Right to rail move. I told him
that shot. Yeah, there it go.
Right to rail move. I said, hey bro, you know what I'm saying? Co-owner of a business called, his and her juices. Would let me check out my brand. I was sponsored by the Sixers. I get to that too.
Yep.
And I sent him a video of me and Sandra, doing the Sixers commercial. He said, oh, this dope. Bet, I'm gonna definitely get at you. He said to get at you. At this time, he was going to DC. I said, yo, bro, I'm in Philly. We're only 2 hours away. I'll come to you. Just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, we never linked at that time. Yeah. Then he went to Charlotte. We never linked. And fast forward to 2023, I was like, yo, I gotta get this boy. Like, I feel like every time I see him, I hit him with a DM, he don't respond. And at this time, I never got left on scene, he just never responded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna try again. Fuck it. I'm 0 for 11. I don't give a fuck. Let's see if I can beat this shit. Fuck it. So I go in, I DM him. It was like a Sunday. I said, yo, bro, still got them juices on deck, man. This time he played for the Sixers. I said, I gotta get you this now. I said, yo, bro, you know what I mean? What's up, man? Hey, man, got these juices. Let me know if you want to link. And let me know what's up. This time he left me on scene. I said, damn, he probably just opened this. Like, nigga, you don't get it now? Did I leave you on scene, nigga?
Yeah, right.
Get this shit
I'm
out.
good. I don't
I'm
need no
good.
juice.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So, this is the crazy thing.
Okay.
So, my daughter, she sometimes be having asthma issues and stuff. So, that night, I rushed my daughter to the ER. She was having some asthma issues, right? Come to find out, I was only in the ER maybe for an hour to get her some steroids. She was cool. It's like 2 in the morning. Come back in the house 2 a.m. Get her undressed, lay her back down. I get a ding on my phone. I said, what the hell? Look at my jack. It's him. He responded like, damn, bro, I'm just seeing this. I'm like, but it says see. Fuck it. All right. That's what it said. He said, all right. All right, cool. He said, yo, bro, I'm just seeing this. He said, yo, we play the Bulls today. If you can meet me, you know, at my condo or whatever before the plane leave, I'll support you. I said, what?
That's fire.
So I hit right back. Boom, my bubble pop up instantly. What?
Yeah.
I'm right on the jack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, yo, if you serious, I'll go to the produce store now. Produce warehouse 24 hours on S10 Avenue.
Yeah.
I go right now and grab all the produce, whatever. He said, yeah, just get enough for me and the whole team. Say, what? The whole team?
That's
I said,
fire.
listen, if you serious, give me your number or whatever.
Yeah.
He said, what's your number? I gave him my number. He texted me, yo, this Trez. I said,
That's
all
fire.
right. Got in the wheel. My baby woke up, where you going? I said, I'm out. I ain't even had no rap for saying. I said, I'm out.
Yeah.
Hopped in the wheel, had on 95, went to the produce warehouse. You know what I'm saying? Grab the produce, bro. I come back. She came, I said, what you doing? I said, I'm cutting produce right now. I gotta make some juices.
Yeah.
For who? I said, my chest from the Sixers. From the Sixers. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get this shit done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there making them jaws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, please don't let this dude not answer his phone.
Yeah.
Because I just invested this bread, this produce. If
I need
make
the
these
kickback.
juices,
Yeah.
and he go Casper Fruity the Ghost on me, I'm going to be sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there making them. I make them. And then I text him. I was done like 10:30.
Yeah.
I said, yo, bro, I'm done. Give me a time to link. He was like, you can be here about 12. We good. Ooh, rushed to my pop crib. Had the girls, dropped the girls off. Went to him, went to the joint. And he showed love. Did a little video and all that. Show love.
That's fire.
So then what I did, after I did the juice, I said, let's try to do the video shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into that. So I was just like, yo, let me show you, yo, I do videography too. He's like, you do videos too? Yeah, I just made a demo reel like a week ago.
Yeah.
I showed him the demo reel. He's like, oh, this fire. He's like, oh, yeah. I got a clothing line. Oh, yeah, we tapped in. He's like, yeah, we tapped in, bro.
That's
I
fire.
was like, yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And it was love from there, you know what I mean?
That's dope.
Underrated lady.
Yeah.
Underrated lady.
Young, black, and gifted, we do it for the culture. Every podcast we help bring our people closer. Tired of being underrated, you can ask Jazz. This beat got horsepower like it's polo on a tag. Aquan, let him know it's every Tuesday and Friday. He said it wasn't possible like Twista and Kanye. Renegon, I've been seen it happen like Sasuke. Love is stronger than pride and it's the close to the side A. 12 midnight, I'm still smoking in the driveway. This ain't for the kids, go to Chucky for the child's play. We all gon' burn like Pompeii. Until then, you should grab your seat and come and tune in.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.